Hello there. Today we're going to talk about bookish things and weird stuff. And you also would like a bookish things and weird stuff shirt, sticker, mug. Little link down below where you can get merch. So today we are going to do the quarter year crisis book tag. And I saw this over on Secrets Reads channel and I thought this would be a fun one to do. We are in the month of May, which I don't know how we got to May already, but here we are. So let's get into it right now. First question is, how many books have you read so far? I have read 56 books so far this year. So I feel like we're off to a good start. And my goal for the year is 75. So I feel like we should easily hit that. Also, never compare your reading to anybody else. If you're reading, you're winning. That's all that matters. All right. Have you already found a book you think might be a 2024 favorite? If not, what was your favorite book you read that wasn't quite 5-star? I honestly think my favorite book so far this year was The Book of Doors by Gareth Brown. And it's about this girl who comes into having this Book of Doors. And what the Book of Doors does is it opens the door anywhere, also to any time. So there's time travel, there's magic, like you can go wherever you want, but there are a lot of really bad people that want to get their hands on the Book of Doors. And there's one lady in particular who's just like horrible and murderous and evil to the core. So it's like action, adventure, magic, time travel. There's so much in it. And it's so emotional because the girl who has the book does end up going back in time and seeing like a relative that she had loved that had passed away. And so I don't know, I cried like 4 times in this book, like beginning, halfway through, 3/4 through, at the end. When a book affects me that emotionally, like it's really good. It was a really great book. So that might be my favorite. And for horror, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. But that one right now is my top contender for number 1. All right, and then any 1-star books. Least favorite book of the year. So I DNF like crazy. If I'm not enjoying a book, I'm not gonna read that book. So I kick them to the curb, get them out of here. But I think that really prevents me from rating anything below 3 stars. Because if I probably kept reading those, suffering through them, those would be 2 or 1-star books. The one I hated the most, and I read like 5 pages and I hated the writing so much. It was cringy, and it was like if someone just had constant nails on a chalkboard. For some reason, I've never had writing that rubbed me the wrong way before. That was the book Feybound. For me, did not work. And it's not because the premise sounded really cool. I thought I was gonna love it, and then I hated the writing. So I have no star rating for it. I don't really have a frame of reference, but we did not vibe. I was like, this writing is not for me. Okay. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So the next one is, what is your most read genre so far? Horror and slash thrillers, which is typical. That's usually what I get into the most of. And after that, a book that surprised you. Honestly, probably The Book of Doors. Because I picked it up at the library. It was random drive-by booking. I was like, that sounds interesting. I didn't really have any expectations for it whatsoever. Had no idea that I was going to absolutely love it. It's so good. Read it. I have a standalone review for that. I will link that down below in the description if you want to check that out. All right, so next, a book that's come out in 2024 already that you want to read but haven't yet. Oh, I don't know. I'm sure there's something. There's a lot of books I want to read, but I don't know if they came out this year. The ones that I want to read are so close to coming out. Like, I really want to read Horror Movie by Paul Tremblay, and I feel like that comes out any day. I don't know if it's out yet. So I will say that one. Maybe it is already out. I'm not 100% sure. Okay. One goal you made that you're succeeding at. Well, I have been doing really good about reading nonfiction 1 a month. And I am also reading through the Dark Tower series. I am doing a read through of that with Jason's Weird Reads. We're also recording an episode for each book for his podcast, which is called Weird Reads. I'll put a link down to that below if you want to check it out. and have some more information on that. I'm really bad at reading series, so having an accountability partner is really helping and is great. One goal you made that you need to focus on. One of my things this year was like low stress, no stress with stuff. I also had mentioned that I wanted to start doing live streams, and now I realize that I really just don't have the time for it currently, not between work and life and making videos on a regular basis. So I am probably gonna have to hold off on that. All right, and then the last question is, new to you booktubers, bookstagrammers, or book talkers for 2024 that you recommend? There are a couple bookstagrammers, and they're not new to me, but if you guys haven't had the chance to check out, like, if you like horror, first of all, two of my favorite bookstagrammers are Mother Horror and Spookish Mommy. Like, they just have great aesthetic, and honestly, I always find out about such great horror through those two. And if you haven't checked them out, you definitely should. You enjoyed this tag and think you might like to do it, consider yourself tagged. And if you are a fan of tag videos, the next video coming up will be another tag video. So stick around, check it out. And if you had fun hanging out today, hit that subscribe button, come back, see me again, and we'll talk about more bookish things and weird stuff.